We all love the idea of finding treasure or hidden loot stashed behind the walls of their house, or a secret room full of valuable antiques. However, the following unsuspecting tenants were shocked at what they found when their walls came tumbling down. The following are 5 tenants who got more than they bargained for when they knocked down their walls. Number 5. Hidden cameras. In 2016, some tenants were renting a property owned by a man named Masaki Imeda. Everything was going well in the property until they found a warning about the landlord on a rental forum website. The forum alerted potential tenants that the man was known to secretly monitor intimate moments of his tenants via secret cameras. Skeptical at first, the tenants decided to investigate for themselves and search their home, only to discover multiple hidden cameras inside the walls with light fixtures. Disturbingly, these devices were all connected to a shed located near the back of the house, which their landlord only had access to. Horrified by what they'd found, the residents quickly contacted police and Imeda was soon arrested. This pervert pled guilty to multiple charges of using an optical device without consent and observing a person in private without consent, and was sentenced to 70 months in prison. Number 4. Arsenal. A man renovating a home made a shocking discovery when he discovered a hidden room behind the stairwell of the basement. He not only discovered a gun with bullets, but literally an entire arsenal of weapons. This included guns, bullets, a fake grenade, and even a safe which the homeowner could not open. Stored away in a metal crate were countless pre-1980s pennies. We're guessing the previous homeowner may have been stockpiling for a possible collapse of the US government. Pennies that were made before the 1980s were forged from actual copper. This meant that they would be highly valuable if the dollar ever lost its value. The previous owner must surely have died, because who could possibly have left this property and forgotten about this stash of weapons? The mind boggles. Number 3. Korean missile. In April 2011, a couple from St. Francis, Wisconsin were remodeling their home when they found something truly bizarre. A 20-inch long Korean missile with a 5-inch explosive head. Terrified, the man and his wife quickly took the missile outside and promptly called the police. I myself would have left the damn thing in the bathroom. Who knows how sensitive that detonator was. The bomb squad were rushed to the scene where they detonated the bomb. Neighbours who knew the previous owner stated that he had served in both World War II and the Korean War, and most likely brought the missile home as a souvenir. The question must be asked, how on earth did he get the missile out of Korea and into his home, and then ending up inside his bathroom wall? And even more confusing, forgotten about. Then the next big question, why was the missile active? Number 2. Ouija Board. In February 2016, a construction worker found an old Ouija board hidden inside the walls of his house after removing a heating vent. The markings on the Ouija board were unmistakable, and it is believed the original tenant had hidden it there, no doubt for a good reason. After discovering the board, the worker posted images of it on Reddit under the username Falco Columbarius. Soon theories began emerging as to the origin of this object, with recommendations on how to stop the evil forces with it. Well, don't play with it for a start. With many suggesting to leave it alone, which would have been my recommendations, while others said leave the property entirely, which would be a bit drastic. Based on the markings on the board, it was estimated that Ouija board was more than a century old, dating back to when the game was at its peak in popularity. However, the construction worker never found the planchette that goes with it, which is probably a good thing. Number 1. Toxic shock. In February 2017 in Ontario, a man discovered a staggering 400 barrels of toxic waste hidden inside the walls of his property. According to a report from the local news, the barrels contain highly dangerous cancer-causing chemicals. When knocking out the entire wall, it revealed even more barrels, making up a total of 800 barrels full of toxic waste. After investigating the matter, authorities found the builder's previous owner, John Curry. Curry once operated a tar production company and was known to have a record for disposing of waste inappropriately. Maybe he died of cancer. Another story comes from Greenville, South Carolina, where the Brown family found a secret corridor inside their walls after moving aside an old bookcase. Hoping there would be buried treasure worth millions, the couple found a strange note that read, "You found it, hello. If you're reading this, then you found the secret room. I owned this house for a short while and was discovered to have serious mold problems. One that actually made my children very sick to the point that we had to move out." The new homeowners tried to find the previous owners who wrote the note without any success. Eventually, the Brown family became sick with history repeating itself and were forced to leave their newly bought property. Luckily, the family were able to get their money back. So, I ask, what crazy sicko would leave a smart-ass note with a pathetic health warning? They should have been charged with negligence.